Chapter 83. 8-Star Demon Lords. The red-haired demon lord stood upright after a devoured playman. Excellent. Then from today onwards, you will be acknowledged and known as a demon lord. Is there anyone who opposes of this? Naturally, there were no objections as apparently I had already been accepted as a demon lord long before this. I was relieved. To be honest, when I antagonized another demon lord and had a quarrel, I thought I would be a gunner. It was a suicidal act. I believed that Rimuru was a guy that could get things done when needed to. If you like, I could allow you to be my follower. I'm good. Go find someone else to follow you. What's with that? What's wrong with following me? Begged Ramirez. On the other hand, Fufu, you want to get along with Rimuru because he is my friend, right? Lies, jokes. Rimuru, it's a lie, right? Wahaha, you're so unpopular, Ramirez. What was that? Kia. Saying those words, Ramirez performed a splendid flying kick towards Milim's face, but Milim deftly avoided it. I stared at the two, amazed. Fun, I don't want to admit, but there's no other way. This mistress will not forget her grudge against the evil dragon over there. But oh well, I'll admit it today. If you survive the next great war, I'll play with you. That was Rumina said. Since I was glared at with bloodthirsty eyes, I thought this Bishojo was going to be a tough one, but it seems like everything's fine. We approve of this, don't we, old man Daggerwell? Yes, we do indeed. I have nothing to oppose of this. Dino and Daggerwell have also given their approval. The issue the two talked about must be something major. It seemed that they were trying to protect me a while ago. They're good guys. Phew, I have no interest in regards to who being a demon lord or whatever. Do as you like. Leon said that, cold as usual. Now then, there's two individuals left. Thinking of this, I stared at Frey and Carrion. Frey noticed my gaze and stared back at me as if she were sizing me up. Is it fine? We're in the middle of the feast, and I'd like to make a request rather than a suggestion, but is it okay? And such words were spoken. Romina's butler had set the round table. I caved back in its original position. There was a large piece of table that broke, but I didn't look at it. If you pay attention to it, you lose. It seems compensating for this round table is going to be pricey. I'm sorry. The demon lord sat around the round table. During the meeting, two maids came in to prepare tea. Frey began to talk after everyone had calmed down. First of all, there are no objections to accept the slime Rimuru as a demon lord. My proposal is another matter, differing from the topic. No, it's not necessarily irrelevant. After watching the battle earlier, I was convinced as a demon lord I am too weak. Even when I was fighting Clayman, we're just neck to neck. If it were an aerial battle, I would have the advantage. But this isn't an excuse for a demon lord. I have decided to become a subordinate of Milim. Milim is also very dangerous, not someone that should be left alone. I may be inferior as a demon lord, however, my abilities in combat are decent. What do you think? Will you accept my proposal? Saying this, Frey alternate gazes at Milim and Guy. It's not about her being weak. Rather, Clayman is the impulsive type, like a tactician. To think Frey would rely on tactics made them have a weird feeling in their gut. Well, I wonder is it because she's the scary female type that makes this even weirder? Just before Milim was able to respond to the proposal, wait a second, if that's the case, there are things I want to say as well. I too had lost to Milim due to my inflated ego. I intended to step down as the general. What if there is an emergency or maybe the hero appears? Giving this loser the name of a demon lord is presumptuous, isn't it? That is why, starting from today, I will be the subordinate of Milim. Pleased to meet you, General Milim. At that moment, they don't even bother to check the other party's intentions. Milim doesn't have any subordinates in the first place. That's why there isn't anything stopping Milim getting subordinates. This, then, makes me wonder what will happen to the subordinates of the two demon lords. Wait a minute, Carrion, it was Claytard who was bad due to his negligence. I was controlled by him, so I know about such things. That's probably unreasonable. While that excuse still wasn't accepted, I thought about Milim. The other demon lords have a surprised look on their face in response to that recklessness. You bastards, don't feign ignorance and lecture others. A little while ago you were. It's probably been possible for him to dominate me. I'm good at breaking free from such things, or something like that, isn't it right? A good imitation of Milim's voice was used to redeliver her lines. Guy is surprisingly skillful. No, about that. Well, it doesn't matter what happens to that muscle-brained idiot over there. You're fine, right, Milim? To have the audacity to say such a thing when it comes to subordinates and servants. Can you not speak to me so casually? Didn't we pull off the trick together as well? Hearing Milim's words, his head shook. No, if you want to, we can work together. After all, wouldn't it be more fun together? Thus, an instigation begun. As you can see, this is a place where you can't afford to be careless. Well, Carrion being Carrion, don't worry about it. But you obliterated my country. You two have the obligation to take care of us. Smoke began to rise from Milim as she tries to comprehend the difficult words. He's more of a schemer than I thought. Milim, who could no longer comprehend the meaning, is now inches away from losing consciousness. Finally, whatever, do as you like. The smoke that came out of her head was akin to a volcanic eruption, and she stopped thinking. As expected of Milim, she looks clever, but she's no good at thinking. Ha ha ha. All right. Then today onwards, Carrion and Frey are no longer demon lords. You should have served Milim from the beginning. Guy declares so with a laugh. Nobody present voiced an objection. Naturally, I too have no objection. Thus, my ascension as a demon lord has formally been approved. At the same time, the three demon lords were expelled. One was given eternal death, and the other two are now direct subordinates of Milim. The 10 great demon lords is currently down to the 8 great demon lords. I see, it's not the 10 great demon lords anymore. In response to my murmuring, the demon lords reacted jumpily. Disturbing, huh? For the sake of our dignity, we must think of a new name. Daggerwell had brought up such an issue. Eh? Is this such an important issue? Fortunately, we're in the middle of the Walpurgis banquet. All the demon lords are gathered here, so there is an abundance of wisdom floating about. Rominas made a serious Aizuchi. Oy oy, it doesn't matter or our name is. Besides, the humans already named us without our permission in the first place. Didn't the previous 10 great demon lords took about 3 months to decide? I'm already burned out. I don't have any more energy to think. No, no, you probably didn't think even before you burned out. I've been thinking hard up till now. That's not what it looks like. Or rather, why did it take 3 months to think up such a name? Or rather, what I really want to say is, demon lords seem to have a lot of free time. What I heard is that during those 3 months, the name 10 Great Demon Lords had already taken root amongst the humans. In the end, it was decided to go with that name, but the needed assent weren't obtained. Calm down, you lot. It's time like this. It's time like this where we need to cooperate and get over it. These are the words of Guy and eighth grade. And he silenced his surrounding with wordless oppressive silence. That's right. Now, it's as Guy said, give it your all, everyone. Ramirez restated this. Apparently, not all 8 great demon lords were convinced, and as if cooperation and coordination were meaningless. Wahahaha, I'm leaving it all to you guys. I have no interest in this matter. I leave it to you. Immediately, a few people had already started to interfere with the already fragmented cooperation between demon lords. As expected of demon lords, I thought it would be impossible to cooperate in the first place, and it seems like it really is. Furthermore, when the atmosphere was about to get even more awkward, oh, if that's the case, then this is the specialty of my friend Rimuru. Behind my back, Vildora had said such a thing when he began to get bored. Sick, and I thought he would be fine as long as he keeps reading manga when such an event occurs. Reading the mood, he indifferently continues reading on his own. However, there was someone who nodded in response to Vildora's words. That reminds me, it was you who named my subordinate, Butler. It's Ramirez. It's not even your servant, is what I wanted to say, but now's not the time for this. But this person, I caught a glimpse of her intentions showing, only to disappear right after. If you don't insert the interlocking nails, it will soon be too late. Interlocking nails are iron rods stabbed Interlocking nails are iron rods stabbed into bones to straighten them. Well, I don't really mind, but it's up to Barretta's intentions. Looking around, the Demon Lord's expectation-filled gazes are now all focused on me. Oh no, the encircling net has already been cast. Winking to each other, Guy said, Today, Rimuru has been recognized as a new Demon Lord. I think I would like to give you a wonderful privilege. Yes, the privilege to give us a new name. Receiving such a great honor, you will naturally accept it, will you not? This is a wheedling voice, and I remain silent, neither accepting or nor rejecting. And besides, you are the reason why our numbers decreased. Take responsibility and think of a name already. Suddenly out came an intimidating tone. This is going to be seriously troublesome. Whatever, I give it to. I get it already. Goodness sake, don't complain if you don't like the name. I replied thus. The demon lords now at ease, with their face filled with smiles. They relax while I substitute them in a tea ceremony, completely leaving it to others. I think the tea ceremony is an idiom about leaving all the hard work to others. Well then, this guy has high standing. There are 8 demon lords, 8 great demon lords. It's probably fine, but I have a feeling this wouldn't do. Earlier, Ramirez think 8 great demon lords is fine, right? I was about to say it, but the intimidating glares from my surroundings made me forget all about it. Rejected. Now what? What about 8 star demon lords? Even though I associated it with an octagram. Editor's note, I tried to think of a new names for them and ended up with this. Octostar Demon Lord. Starry 8 Demon Lord. 8 star Demon Lord. And my personal favorite, Octodimensional Star Demon Lord. None made it to the end. After I spoke, silence followed. The demon lords closed their eyes and examined each word carefully. After a while, everyone opened their eyes in unison and it's decided, a splendid name. Don't think you have won yet. A new era is upon us. I thought so. If it's Rimuru, I believe it or she can do it. Editor's note, Rimuru, you damn hermaphrodite, making my life so hard. As expected, indeed. Wahaha. I'll acknowledge this, just a little. In an instant, wow, the last one took 3 months. That. There weren't any objections. That's great. Even if anyone objects, I'm going to make that person think of a name instead. And besides, I just heard it. What have you lot been doing in those 3 months? In this fashion, from today onwards, the feared demon lords will be known as the 8-star demon lords, Octagram, 8-star demon lords, demon race, the lord of the darkness, Guy Crimson, dragonoid race, the tyrant of destruction, Milim Nava, pixie race, the fairy of the labyrinth, Ramirez Chan, giant race, the continent's wrath, Daggerwell, vampire, the queen of nightmares, Rumina's Valentine, fallen race, the sleeping ruler, Dino, humanoid demon race, the blonde devil, Leon Cromwell, and I, slime race, the newbie, Rimuro Tempest. I want a cool second name too, to make my soul tremble in excitement. They're wonderful, guys. Well, there's someone inside who will think whatever. With my recognition as a demon lord, the distribution of land was also carried out. Currently, my territory consists of the entirety of the Great Jura Forest. It was an unprecedented treatment. Frey's Carians, as well as Clayman's territory, will be merged and be under the rule of Milim. In the end, her rule is nominal. Territory management will probably be left to Carian and Frey, as well as Milim's people, because there are some drifters amongst the demon lords hiding in their territory, so I don't know the locations of all the rulers. However, with the demon lord's ring, it is possible to communicate with them. I was also given one. The demon lord's ring can not only be used for communication, but also summons a special magic gate. Of course, they can freely visit this place, and that's about it, which means I can come here without needing them to exclusively come pick me up. No, I can't think about this. I have a feeling I'm only going to feel tiresome if I ask this. Thus, the series of events involving Clayman as the mastermind has come to a close, and I was recognized as the new demon lord. Clayman's master, the existence of this mastermind is worrisome. But at the moment, the issues from the demon side are resolved. Furthermore, I have officially stepped up to the position as the demon lord. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. Guy had a thin smile on his face as he observed the demon lords. Now the demon lords have received a new name as well as a slight increase in combat power. 8-star demon lords, a symbol of the new demon lords. I think it's a splendid name. The distribution of forces is settled, and everything has settled into a state of equilibrium. In the Great War this time, it is certain that he has the advantage. There's no difference whether he wins or loses, but even so, it is natural for him to desire winning. While it lies in his degree of familiarity, according to what Dino heard, the Eastern Empire is rapidly gathering forces. The troops that was once destroyed by Veldora has begun to regroup, and powerful beings are reborn once more. And we suspect that within the shadows of the Eastern Empire lies the presence of the scorching dragon Veldurind. If the Emperor starts making a move, the dragon kind may start getting active. Things have become interesting. The pieces have been scattered on the world as the stage. The war or game for supremacy. The challengers will give their all and participate in this fight, a way to finally relieve this boredom after 500 years. This time's Great War is going to be something truly great. My own ultimate skill, Prideful King Lucifer, Milim's ultimate skill, Wrathful King Satan, and the new demon lord Rimmer's ultimate skill, Gluttonous King Beelzebub, is taken into consideration. 3 major powers with the strongest abilities. The ultimate skills are prepared. I don't think I am the stronger one here, but I hope it's a happy miscalculation. In addition, within Rumina's Lost, the priority of awakening of the two's ultimate ability is only placed in the back. And to enjoy things, about Sean, she already has combat abilities on par with the Demon Lords, and further growth can be expected from her. The end note, except she used her blessing in cooking. Maybe she can learn to cleanly slice up enemies into meat strips. The bud of jealousy has sprouted. Frey, Carrion, and Sean I confirmed what dwelled in these 3 at the same time. No one can predict where the wind will blow, but when they awaken, it would be a joyous event. Hopefully, I wouldn't be drunk in jealousy and collapse. Jealousy is hard to control, for it feels like even after I awakened from my dream, I still dwell in yet another dream. Guy thought of the future and indulged in the rapturous feeling of his imaginations for a while. End of chapter 83.